Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Movies and Models. I'm your boy KP, and as usual, we got my guy B More in the building. What's up, B More?
Good.
All the way back from Detroit.
I just got back from Detroit.
Yep. We was talking about it. Y'all didn't hear that conversation before.
I didn't really go out like I normally would. I was just chilling.
That's fine. It ain't much to do.
Before we get too far, make sure y'all like the channel.
Like the channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
Yep. Those are the main things. Joining us, we got some special guests in the building as usual. I'm excited. We got my home girl. I haven't seen her in ages. Okay? Hoop star.
Yeah.
All right. Model.
Yeah.
Actress.
Obviously.
Okay, now she's doing some right. And now she's doing some real estate. Miko Rounds is in the building.
Hi.
Miko, all the way from LA. Bring it back to me here now. I want some dramatic music here because I am very excited right now. I am astonished. We have one of my best friends joining us in the building. Okay, take your time now. Everybody relax and settle down. We have one of the greatest of all time, comedians, writers, actors, friends, individual. One of God's greatest gifts to this world, ladies and gentlemen. Clayton Thomas is in the building. CT.
That was, let me tell you something.
No lies.
No lie.
The greatest introduction.
Hey man, what's all
full of facts that I've ever
full of facts for sure. You just gotta make sure.
Because sometimes people be introing you and you be like,
Yeah.
like that was like, yeah. I agree with every single one of them.
Thank you. I figured you would.
This is a beautiful space. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you. This is
Both
all
of y'all
Patrick.
for coming.
Patrick back there, you know what I mean? He put it with his bare hands.
Oh, really?
He did all of this.
Yeah.
Great job.
And still working on putting some stuff together. He's great, man.
And I love that you and B More, I love y'all's relationship and how y'all always reinvent yourselves.
We figure it out.
Man.
We will figure it out.
Y'all really do, man.
We gotta figure something out.
You gotta stay doing something. How y'all doing today, Miko?
Right.
From LA. Okay. How you been? I haven't seen Miko.
Why has it been so long?
I don't know, once you
Because-
move.
Miko, I'm asking you.
Because
Miko.
he wants you in front of the camera at all times.
Yeah.
And high camera, but I don't like being in front of the camera.
Which is so crazy though, because like she's really good in front of the camera. Like you see her personality and her
A lot of
vibe,
personality.
you know what I mean?
Outgoing.
And very outgoing. And the camera respects that and it loves it. You know what I mean? And when I see potential, I'm like, yo, you gotta be in it. But time, people get busy.
Yeah.
Things like back to it.
And you know what? People don't really be busy like they think they be busy. Like people be like, oh, I'm always moving. You like, you got time.
You got time. And then I'm always thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm busier than you.
Yeah.
You can't be that busy.
Relative. It's like
Okay.
everyone thinks they're the busiest.
You know what though? This is what put in perspective, bro. A lot of my friends who have a certain status of like celebrity, when they can text me back immediately, and I see a regular friend that has not amassed the wealth or fame, don't text back fast, I'm like, hey, yo.
No, that's not fair.
Why?
Because the people who have that, they have the time. They're sitting on their ass waiting for the call.
Oh,
They do.
no.
All my friends I know.
working.
No, all my
working.
friends I know that are celebrities. All the people that I've worked with who are celebrities. Yes, they work, but they also say, I'm gonna work from 2 to 5 today, unless they're booked and busy for a job. If they're actually on site for a job, other than that, they be having a lot of time.
Miko, you are out of control.
Then
That's
they do.
true.
Then they do also have like a team of folks helping them do shit.
You know what's crazy? B More just jumped so quickly to the other side.
Because
That's
It's
wild.
because I have a skirt on.
your
It's because I have a skirt
I
on.
see your point, but I see.
It's the skirt. It's
I
the
see your
top.
whole point.
I knew it.
I see
This is
your
the outfit for
whole-
debating.
Oh, wow. All right, well, let me get into a couple little quick icebreaker questions real quick, y'all. Just do a couple. Miko, biggest pet peeve?
Oh, somebody who can't just figure it out on their own, who needs me to figure it out.
It's like friendship, relationship?
That's on everything. If you walk into a room and you come into my kitchen and you immediately be like, oh, well, where are the cups? And you see the cup, like, I saw those cups, right? That's why I said it. Like somebody who just can't, and I have to stop what I'm doing to figure it out for you. I don't care if I'm dating you. I don't care if you're my friend. I like people who have that, let me try to figure it out first. And then if they don't, come ask me. Because I don't mind helping, but when helping you impedes on what I have going on and it's a consistent thing, hate that shit.
It's like having a child, huh?
Bruh, all over. All over. And you want to date me? No.
What's yours, B?
My biggest pet peeve? I would just say all around, just like negativity in a person. Like when you just see that person that's always like Nigga, what? You can't see the bright side of nothing?
Mm.
I can't.
Okay.
Can't
That's real.
vibe with that.
CT, what you got?
No socks or sneakers. Or
I
boots.
knew you. I know. I know it.
Oh,
You hate it.
I can't
Called
say
that
it.
out immediately,
Bro.
bro. Today. I'm
Yo,
glad you
here's
found some
And I
I'm
was
socks.
just trying
so
to try
glad.
it on
No.
for you. That's crazy.
Listen, the first impression was about to be crazy.
Yeah.
That's
So
wild.
Miko, before the show began, has
Yeah.
2 different types of boots she was gonna wear, and she got these and the really long ones, and she was just about to have them on, and I was like, "No socks?" She was, "No, the socks is over here." I'm like, "All right, bet." I was about to be so
You was about to
uncomfortable.
raw footed.
Because we've known him so long, we knew exactly why he
I
said
definitely
that.
will let you know.
That
If you were his
is
fan,
gross.
you know that's his thing.
B said he couldn't pick unless he saw them on my feet. I didn't feel like unpacking, so I was like, let me just throw my feet real quick so you
Man.
can see.
That was outrageous. I was like, damn. And then the socks came out, and I was like, oh, God
Thank
bless
God.
this.
Now you got a different feel
Yeah.
for
Wow,
it.
no socks.
Because it's all about hygiene, man. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Would that
I'm
that
gonna
stop
handle my
you?
feet later.
No, you're not. But
Has that ever stopped you from like getting ready to like smash a chick back in the day? If you got back and she had boots, sneakers or something on, she's super cold, take them joints, come off, the
like
big
a
toes
skit.
pop
You
out
should do the
first.
skit.
it's a wrap. I
Wrap
could
done
not do
done.
it. And even back then, bro, because my thing is, I'm really big on hygiene. Like, I take so many showers a day. Like, for example, I took a shower, I came here. Oh, yeah, get the neck. My natural sin is crazy.
Oh, okay.
It's like, after this, when I get back to the crib, I'm taking another shower before I do my next thing. Like, I'm just that guy.
No.
So, you talk to people, they be like, oh, I didn't sweat a lot. You're like, oh, this dude.
So wait, question.
Yeah.
Shower before the gym?
If I'm going in the morning when I wake up, no. If I'm going in the afternoon, yes.
Okay, I'm
This is
shower
like
before the
first
gym,
thing.
and everybody always tell me I shouldn't shower before the gym, and I'm like, no.
I want to smell good while I'm sweating.
Yeah, because then you're gonna be funky on top of funk. It's just
Facts.
a lot.
Okay, look,
Yeah.
we learning a lot here.
Yeah.
Y'all, we learning a lot. Miko, favorite childhood snack?
Wait, before you answer that, speaking of that, bro, when you see people who shower, you gotta ask them how they shower. Because a lot of people
Really?
don't scrub. People just be in there letting the water hit them. I scrub, bro. I gotta get the squeak off my body before I get
Well,
out.
how are you showering? You just letting water and soap just
A lot of
hand?
people do. I had a conversation.
Squeak.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what were those people?
Yeah.
Glad you asked. 2 of them were black that I spoke to.
Okay, I'm like,
They were guys, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I get in there, and I'll get my underarms." I'm like, "You didn't wash your forearms?"
You gotta
They
wash
be
your
like,
whole, yeah.
I mean, like the soap will hit it. You're like, you don't wash your forearms, bro. So like that kind of stuff. But I don't want to get to. I'm sorry. Go ahead, get favorite.
I didn't even think about that. I just
You got
assumed
the
once you
loofah
get in
with
there.
the spikes on it, like the
I got the
Brillo
exfoliation
loofah.
gloves. I'm
I
next
used
level.
to fuck exfoliation gloves.
Yeah.
It does the
crazy.
job.
I never seen.
Oh, brother, you gotta get you some
got
gloves.
the
You
little
have to.
loofah thing.
I don't like the loofahs. I'm sorry, but
No glove, no love.
Okay.
listen,
No glove.
I like you.
You know what I mean?
Even though you was judging me.
No, I'm saying you got socks, so there's no judgment. If you hadn't had socks, I'd have been like, "Hey, yo, can we
Get
wrap
up out,
this up?"
yeah, get up out of here.
That's
That'd
crazy.
been wild.
Childhood snack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Chico stick at this point. I used to really fuck with a Chico stick.
Wow. What did you
That's
say?
nasty.
It, you know,
That's some LA shit
but you
for
know,
sure.
no. The reason it was Chico stick is because I also ended up developing an allergy to peanuts, and so I had to stop eating everything peanuts for a long time, and so I focused on the ones I couldn't have, and Chico sticks, Snickers, those type of things. I used to be like, oh my goodness, I really want them.
Okay.
So when you said childhood snack, I'm thinking, what haven't I had since I was a kid?
Okay, that's that.
And
That's
that
it.
was it.
You can eat. You can still eat peanuts.
Well, now I
Now
can.
you can.
I
You used to be able to.
I used to be able to. Then I developed the allergy at 11. But apparently, 20% of people can outgrow the allergy. So now I don't have the allergy anymore.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So now I just had a Reese's today.
Okay, do your thing.
Good choice.
CT
KP
childhood
just
snack.
developed an allergy to shrimp.
I don't
out of
know how
nowhere.
that happened.
Oh, that's so sad.
His whole face blew up.
I'm so
whole
sorry
body.
for you.
This was his last week.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, what's up?
Damn.
I was blotchy to the mud. Maybe hitch, my face swelled up, my whole body was red.
Wait,
Whole
so now is
body.
it all shellfish? You can't have no.
I don't know. I haven't even gotten to
If
that
it's
point.
shrimp, you can't do
We
shellfish.
should try it today. We should try after this. After the
that
show.
shit
and
was
See.
I
terrible.
feel for you. That's sad.
I'm gonna try it anyway, but I ain't gonna
Yeah,
do
that's out of control. Also, you notice how many people have seen Hitch for you to say the reference and everybody get it?
Yeah, you gotta know
It's
that.
like Hitch. Oh, you mean your face was big?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Childhood snacks, ET.
Still to this day, Reese's, bro. I
Really?
love Reese's.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. If you want to shut me down, give me a Reese's, bro.
Reese cup.
Yeah, Reese's cup.
I had a king size.
Did y'all eat
Every
Butterfingers? I was just in the store
As a
looking at
child.
Butterfingers and like, damn, niggas like Butterfingers?
I did like
I
Still?
literally was about to choose because I hadn't had one of those in a long time, but I went with the Reese's.
Ugh.
The Butterfinger always gets stuck in the
It
back
do.
of your teeth.
It do this thing.
Yes, I don't like
Chico
that.
sticks, right?
Yeah, they do.
What flavor was a Butterfinger again?
Peanut
That was that what you heard?
Peanut buttery.
Hold on. Don't lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
And that's
Right.
the only reason I remember it, because of Bart. Miko, if you could become an expert instantly in anything, what would it be?
How
Real
to generate more wealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
So how the fuck you gonna do it? That might make me an expert in everything. I don't know.
Yeah. See,
Let me double down on that. So when you generate this wealth, then what are you gonna do with it? What's like
What do I want to do in my life? I just want to travel.
What are you doing? Yeah, okay.
I would buy more real estate and I would just travel. Like I just got back from Zimbabwe, Hawaii, both within the last month. So if I can just be outside traveling and being involved in culture and things like that. I actually ran basketball camp in Zimbabwe while I was there.
Okay.
How long was the flight?
Whew. I think we had a 12-hour. What I did was I went to New York first. Stayed
Okay.
there for a couple days. So that was a 6-hour flight.
So from New York, how long?
I want to say 14 hours.
You can't do that.
15, and then I did another like 4-hour flight. So it was like 20 hours.
Wait, so
flying.
you from New York, 14 hours. You get to
Somewhere.
Kenya.
okay, and then 4 hours from there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad. Was it like you had a day in Kenya and then you went, or same day?
Nope. Same day.
Oh,
But
man.
normally when I do flights, I didn't book these because it was for the camp. Normally when I do flights, I do layovers in places.
Yeah.
Because I have the lounge access. I take my showers. I do all the things. So we had like a 5-hour layover. So I did go to the lounge, got a shower.
I was about to say, you see how she threw that in there? You see how I had to shower?
I like to shower at all the lounges.
Yeah.
You gotta be clean.
Yeah.
14-hour flight, you're funky.
That's a fact. Wow, that's really dope. If I could choose to be, ask the question again.
An expert in anything. Instantly.
Communication.
What you
That
mean
way,
communication? Oh, you mean different languages?
yeah, like if I could communicate with each different type of language speaking person, that would be extremely helpful to a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, we got Google Translate now, which helped me the other night. I was talking to a Spanish gentleman, and I was like, "Oh God, blah 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 blah." He did his; it was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That
nice.
saved me over. You use that overseas? Yeah, I use that overseas.
Man, it helps, bro.
It's coming in handy. Miko, the world is ending. What's the last movie you watching?
Ali.
Wow,
That's a good one.
really?
Yeah.
Will
Champ
Smith
is
is
here.
Will Smith's one of my favorite people.
Okay.
Same.
And when I thought about it, I have a list of favorite movies, but the one that's on my list that is Will Smith is Ali. So I would watch Ali. And I also love Muhammad Ali. I think,
Incredible hero.
I
phenomenal.
think he's amazing. So
Great pick.
them two together, and he did such a great job playing
Yeah.
He
him.
did.
So that's
Great
it.
pick. Great pick.
She's very bubbly.
Hey, that's
I enjoyed it.
and she don't want to be in front of the camera.
Man.
Sorry.
No, that's great. Nobody wants to
She
be around somebody
apologized for
negative.
being great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so great.
My bad.
CT,
Nutty
Shining
Professor.
too much.
Nutty Professor.
Yeah, man. That is my favorite movie of all time. It's so
Really?
funny. I quote to this day, you on your way. You the next Lenny Bruce. You going to the top. That's the greatest
Do
movie.
you remember the first time you saw that movie?
Yeah, man. I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I watched it in my house with a girl on the phone. Like we were on the phone and we were both watching it at the same time. Remember that? You press play and y'all. And there was a moment where he got roasted in the comedy club as Sherman for being big.
That's an epic scene.
Right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm this chunky kid, and I'm like, oh, and the girl was like, oh, he's so cute, though. And I was like, oh,
Yeah. There's a chance.
I got action.
and bam. But yeah, I remember that, man.
Nice.
You like him a little bigger. Okay.
I love, here's the thing, I love women of all sizes, but I love, like, petite women and thick girls.
That's it. That's the you go from petite
To thick.
to thick.
Yeah, and when I say thick, I'm talking about like chubby, not like the type of chubby where like if you focused for 90 days, you would have the body you want. I want you right before that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Miko, if you could have dinner with any fictional character, who would it be? This is the last one.
Fictional character? Oh, man. I don't know.
Will Smith as Ali.
Look, not Will Smith as Ali. Wolverine.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite superheroes. So I guess I'm going to go Wolverine. Or Tony Stark. One of the two.
Anybody from DC?
I'm not really a DC fan.
You almost had.
Almost.
I'm not really a DC
What?
fan. If I pick somebody, it'd probably be Wonder Woman, I guess.
That's all right.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
It'd be
we'll
Wonder
take that.
Woman.
She's about to get moved into the other room.
Oh, y'all all like DC?
Oh yeah, DC and Marvel. We like super.
We like them both.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Marvel? See, we all.
We like Marvel too. We all like superhero shit in general. That's a
Yeah.
big thing for us. Yeah. CT, who you have?
Fictional character?
Fictional. Could be cartoon. Could be anything.
Fiction. I don't even know. I was so into her answer. I wasn't even thinking about my own. Can you go back to me? Ask me more real quick, man.
What did you gave one before? Yeah.
Let me think of a new one. If I could have dinner with any fictional character, I'ma say, Mary from Sinners.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's very
Cause
wild.
yeah, bite me.
That's very wild.
Bite me.
That's
Oh, bite me.
Wow, we.
You know what?
Y'all know what I'm talking. Who I'm talking about? Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, yes.
Come on.
If I
yes, she was
could
dope.
choose a fictional character right now on the top of my head, Zarya from Parenthood.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Right now, Zarya.
Okay.
Yeah, Zarya was just cold, natural,
90s
just
fine.
beautiful, 90s fine, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all pick people.
Well, I mean, she's
That's
a fictional, you know.
That's fictional.
That's
Her,
true.
but her character from the show. You know what I mean?
Character.
That like
Okay,
that.
I would have took Nia Long character from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Interesting.
She was cool, but I feel like Will had some things on that show that was better than her.
But I loved her.
Who would
better
you
than her.
pick?
I loved her.
Oh, me and oh shit! You know what's so crazy? I never even thought about it,
You ask this question every week.
and I never have.
I give a different answer. I just give a.
Always
Random
throwing you out
answer.
there.
What's the last thing I watched, yo? Maybe I should start there. Damn, yo. Corey, what was the last thing I watched? Maybe.
Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah, there we go. I'll take that.
Florence Pugh? Oh, Helena, okay.
She been killing it lately. I love her in that. And I love her in that. Matter of fact, no, not even her. Red Guardian from there. That nigga was hilarious.
Going on a guy date. That's what's up.
Okay, come on now.
Nah, why
That's
you
what it
gotta-
was.
why you gotta do
Come
him
on,
like
man.
that?
It's funny. It's funny.
It's fun- he
the
just loves
stories.
comedy.
The stories he can tell.
Gotcha.
You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see later.
Wait, I have
Did
a question then for you, since you asked that. Did you ever have a cartoon character that you had a crush on?
I have a crush? I think everybody did. No, off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
Character?
Yeah.
I used to love Lois from Family Guy in like 2000.
Okay.
That's wild. I mean, Miss Incredible. Everybody like Miss
She
Incredible.
was thick.
A stick.
Now see, y'all talking about
Everybody
this.
normally
It's kinda
said
crazy.
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
Oh my God, Jessica Rabbit
Everybody
was the
loves Jessica
first
Rabbit.
cartoon. Yeah.
And people used to like what's the bunny? Who's
Oh,
playing
Lola
Jessica
Bunny?
Rabbit? Lola Rabbit.
Lola
yeah.
Bunny. People fuck with Lola.
Okay.
Yeah, we got them.
This one if I was weird or not.
Oh, okay, no.
Who were yours?
Well, one of them is weird. It was Goliath from Gargoyles.
He had a deep voice. I give you that.
It was the voice, even though he was a gargoyle.
He was big as hell too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gambit.
Hey, bro, okay.
Yeah,
Mo
I see it, yeah.
When he's like Mo Shadi, I was like, ooh,
Yeah. The
yes.
French Creole. Yeah.
Kiss my hand.
Yeah, I bet. Anyways, all right. Here at Movies and Models, y'all, you know, movies and TV is our thing. That's our overview aspect of shit. What's your favorite genre? CT, starting with you. Favorite
Mystery.
genre.
I
Mystery.
love like thriller mystery. Yeah, I've always
What's your
been like.
Like, what's an example?
Okay, perfect example. One of my favorite movies is Identity. It's about these
In the motel?
yeah, it's basically I think 6 or 8 people.
Yep.
And there's like each of them start being murdered,
Yep.
right? And then they start finding out we all got the same birthday.
Yep.
And when they figure they get the same birthday, they're like, wait a minute. And come to find out, I don't know if I should spoil it.
It's fine.
It's been 20 years.
It's fine.
Come to find out,
What you talking
they're all one person.
Yep.
Because a person has dissociative identity disorder. So he's schizophrenic. So he thinks he's all these people.
Is that the one with the guy with the bald head?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
I did like that
Yeah.
one. I'm
So
not
all
getting
of
names.
that-
I'm
all
not
of
getting
that-
names in the movie. I'm like, I've seen that.
He's
Yeah, that
knocking
was
off
good.
people. He's
Oh,
knocking
this
off
joint
different.
right here.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
So he's knocking off his different personalities in his head.
Yeah.
And I think he was only left with like what? Little
Well,
girl or
one
something?
personality is killing the rest of the personality.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like thriller mysteries like that.
That was
I'm not
solid.
really into a lot of comedies, like, because, you know, I know how the sauce is made. So I like old comedies, like I said, Betty Professor or The Mask or Jim Carrey, Eddie Murphy are my guys. But
Not action with superhero. We big on
superheroes next after mystery and thriller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the last time you been to the theater?
Last night I saw Accountant 2. But also, I don't know if this is a genre. I love seeing old man action heroes.
That's not a genre.
You know what I mean?
But give me an example. Like fucking Lethal Weapon.
Van Damme.
Fucking Equalizer.
Right.
Like a fucking Equalizer.
Like, I just want you to
Denzel's
be
old as
old.
shit, still whooping ass.
Yeah.
Fucking like Liam Neeson. That's what he said.
Yeah,
Take it.
going city to city, just beating the shit out of people, bro.
Take it.
I don't need a big story behind it. I just need you existing.
And beating
And
ass.
old.
Yeah. And old.
And beating
Oh,
ass.
is John Wick old enough?
Oh, he's very much
I'm about to say
older.
John. I'm about to say Keanu Reeves when he did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw that.
He
Piece
don't
of it.
count as old.
He's
Like
50
50.
something.
Old as dirt.
Well,
That's
I'm
nice.
almost
that
there.
is crazy.
I'm almost there. Not too far.
Okay, thank you for that. What's your last time you been to the theater in your favorite genre?
I just took myself to see Sinners on Sunday.
By yourself?
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I was out. I've been traveling so much I didn't get to see it, so I went to go see it.
What'd you
I
think?
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I am a little sad because I saw it so late that I felt like everybody was like hype. And I had no idea what it's about because I don't really watch a lot of TV.
I don't
So
like
I didn't watch
trailers.
any trailers or
Yeah.
anything. So I did only know that it had vampires in it. That's all I knew. So I thought it was great, but I think I was just like, ooh, I can't wait to see what else is
It
happening.
let you down is what you're saying.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Say it.
She saw too much on the internet.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it was just too much on the internet. I think the movie was great. I love the play between, our two different communities and how things wait. And honestly, if I was the black people, baby, turn all the vampires, I'm killing them all off.
Oh, wow.
That's what I would have did. They're meals, and I wasn't turning them. I'm eating them.
Oh,
That's
wow.
it. You know.
Hey.
Right.
Should go see it
Talking
again.
about It was great.
Huh? I should have
I enjoyed it better the second.
the second time.
Because you knew what was coming, you think? And you can focus on other
You
things?
can pay
Yeah.
attention.
Maybe-
you can pay attention to more.
I knew
I've
what
seen it three
I knew
times.
what to expect, but yeah, you can like.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Now
and
you're
see
able
it.
to.
I still think it was a great movie.
Notice
I
more.
just think everybody was hyping it, and I was just ready to be like either in tears because people were talking about how they were so emotional, so these things. So I was ready to just be and I was like, okay, it's a good movie, but I was ready to be emotional with it, like how everybody was describing their experience.
Kugler was so dope. He did his press run. He was always like, he's one of the most interesting people to listen to because he doesn't sound like
you
you
expect-
think you
yeah.
would sound.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, what me and Michael
Oakland
B,
accent.
we'd always, you know what I'm saying? So when we did the vampires, it was a struggle between everybody. So, we just
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. I did not expect that voice.
Like, have we never listened to Ryan?
Yeah.
before? Like, that's crazy.
Michael B wasn't talking at all.
No, he never said nothing.
Nothing.
But this was the most we've heard from Ryan, and I get it. This was his passion project.
Yeah.
Like, this was his one.
Because he couldn't do Blade.
Couldn't do
That's
it.
why. They said he couldn't do Blade. He's like, I'll show you I can do Blade.
Yeah.
Why
Man.
couldn't he do
And I,
it?
and I feel like it's too
Marvel
late now.
wanted to.
And I feel like it's too late now. Like, don't even go do it now. Don't
Yeah.
even touch it now. Fuck it. You
Because
should
now
have
we're
your
going to compare
chance.
that to Sinners.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be the same. But
Right.
you enjoy Sinners.
I loved it.
You feel like it's one of the best vampire movies of all time? Do you feel like it's
Vampire
one of the best
movies.
black pieces of cinema ever created?
I think
'Cause
it's
that's what people are saying. What do you think?
okay. I think it's I think it's up there in the conversation of greatest pieces of cinema from us and overall.
Oh, you good.
Okay.
He's good.
Vampire
A lot of
He's
variables.
good. He's good.
No, I agree with what you
He's
said
good.
right there. That part-
He's good. He's good.
The vampire part.
Pieces of cinema from us.
He's
from
fucking good.
in the
Yeah.
2000s.
Yeah.
But I cannot say vampire movie specifically because it wasn't super focused on the vampire aspect. Like, I love vampires.
So,
and
yeah.
you know what I mean?
And I
Like,
think that's also one of the things I felt. I was like, everybody kept saying vampires. So I was like, oh, and then when I was like, it's not really a vampire
No.
movie. And I thought when I went in, that's what I'm saying. I think I just saw too much. I thought it was a vampire movie when I went in.
Everything movie.
It is everything
Yeah.
movie, and it's really good. It is, but I agree with the vampire
Yeah.
part.
I love a good vampire movie, man.
Same. Okay, so what's your favorite one again?
My favorite vampire movie, it's kind of hard because True Blood came out, and that as a series was so fire. As a movie,
never watched that.
vampire,
They actually just released today a ranking of the top vampire movies here.
What's on there?
what was
What's on
what was the top 3?
I'll tell you right now. Top 10. I'm gonna give you Interview with the Vampire is 1. Blade is 2.
Okay.
Lost Boys is 3. Bram Stoker's Dracula is 4. Underworld is 5. Van
Okay.
Helsing is 6, which I don't agree with. I don't know how that.
It was a good movie.
Fright Night is 7. I think that should have been higher. From Dusk Till Dawn is 8. That should have been higher. 30 Days of Night is 9. And then 10 is Nosferatu that just came up.
So I'm glad to know that that's what Nosferatu was about. I didn't know. I would say number 1 for me is Dusk Till Dawn. Then I gotta go with Man, you just said it on what was number 5?
Underworld.
Yes, Underworld. It was Underworld, and I just said it.
Blade.
No, Underworld, and the first one I just said was
Oh, damn, you did. just say
Dust to
it.
Dawn.
Dust to Dawn. Dust to Dawn.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
those two are fire.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not mad at that list.
Did you see Lost Boys?
No, but now I want to see Lost
I must
Boys
not have
and
either.
Oh wow.
Nosferatu.
Oh, it
That was a
also
childhood classic.
reminds me. Before we continue on, I have to say this. I saw you made a post recently, CT, which he does quite often. He talks about different posts that go up, and he'll have something to say about different people's opinions, etc. He mentioned that he's never seen. This is my favorite movie, by the way. Everybody knows me knows.
Oh, that's Sandlot.
He's never seen The Sandlot.
Never.
I saw that.
Which
too.
is ridiculous, especially as a '90s kid and
Yep.
with loving '90s film.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Is it okay?
No, I've seen it.
Oh,
Yeah,
But I was here to console you.
yeah. Oh, shit, you know,
thank you. Appreciate that.
Your childhood might have been lacking something, is what I feel. So that's why I'm like, I'm here.
yo,
It was a lot
But
of
you-
stuff to watch
you
in the
seen-
'90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was so many movies that came out, bro.
But
So
that's-
many straight to VHS, straight to DVD.
but that's one of
You ever seen Airbud play soccer?
Absolutely, I've seen every era.
Oh, okay.
Sadly, I have.
Yeah.
I don't know how they kept
They got
making them.
mad at
bitches.
you.
I don't know how they kept
I don't know, bro. He cannot play every sport like this, bro. Why is he not in you? But Sandlot, how? Did it never intrigue you? It was one of the best movies of a generation.
Here's what you got to think about, man. And when I say a lot of stuff came out in the '90s, it's real. There
is.
was so many movies that came out in the '90s.
Sure. You ever seen
I'm
Page
talking-
Master?
No,
This is
You said
crazy.
what?
I've only seen the
Page
trailer
Master.
as a
Page
kid,
Master, yeah.
and I wanted to go. You got to think about this. My mom
Crazy.
took me to the movies
Wait,
every
what is Page
weekend.
Master
Macaulay Culkin in a library, and he
Gets turned animated.
Yeah,
Whoopi Goldberg.
well, it was a phenomenal trailer, but
Saw the trailer. Many
saw that.
times.
But my mom would take me every weekend to the movies, and there were some weekends that were stacked. Like we would go movie hopping, and it might have been one of those times where we couldn't line that one up, and then I didn't ask for it on VHS because maybe another movie came out, and it just got lost in the shuffle. Same thing with Sandlot. I saw Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
You know,
I'll give you that.
yeah.
I'll give you Mighty. I mean,
When y'all movie
Ask me
hopped,
anything.
When y'all movie hopped, how many movie tickets did you purchase that day?
She might have
Just
did
to look
one.
at the nails for me.
Yeah.
oh, movie hopping is going to see one movie and then come out that movie and going to the next one,
Because
huh?
remember, this is before you had assigned seats.
No, act
at
like you
movies.
ain't never did
Yeah,
that.
I'm like, you ain't had no assigned seats. You'd be like,
We did- we
this
definitely
movie started at 5, but if I go to this one at 3, I can get out and go straight to that one.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
I'm gonna go
Time
to the
me right.
bathroom and then once I get out the bathroom,
on now.
I'm gonna go to the other one.
Come on.
Yeah.
Nobody cared. Nobody was there to stop y'all.
No.
They not,
People were
they not
there,
tracking like
but
that.
listen, there's a lot of us. We used to split. We went as a family to one movie, and
Yep.
we all got to pick a second movie, and we all went our separate ways to our second movie.
My mom would get so smooth with it.
Yeah.
I remember one time she took me to see something, got me a ticket for that. She got her ticket for Enemy of the State to start a little later. So when my movie came out, she said, meet me at Enemy of the State. I came to Enemy of the State. We watching that thing from the beginning. She was smooth with it, bro.
Wow.
Then assigned seats came out and everybody lost.
Oh yeah, they changed that. That's over with. There ain't no more hopping no more unless you go. No. I guess you can't.
You can't.
You can't.
You can hop on an older movie.
Yeah, you can go to a movie with that's not sold out. There'll be empty seats.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But you still gotta
Somebody,
look at
might walk up. I have to walk up. Hey man, you in my seat. Oh, okay. And they just move over to the
Yeah.
next seat till somebody else comes.
Right.
We kind of already normally do go into Hollywood hot seat. Brandon breaks down some of our different stuff going on in the entertainment.
Okay.
We kind of already started with Sinners was one of the
Sorry,
things
guys.
on there. It's nothing really. I just had Sinners, which is it the best. We kind of jumped ahead to that, and then I just wanted to see with you working in entertainment. Jeremy Renner came out recently.
Yeah.
About turning down Hawkeye because Marvel offered him half the money as originally from the first season. So, being in entertainment, being an actor, being, behind the scenes as well, do you think, what's your perspective on that? Would you go back? I mean, it's Hawkeye still, it's working. I know it's tough right now for actors to be working, but what do you...
Jeremy Renner has a hit show called Mayor of Kingstown on Paramount Plus right now. It's incredible. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
I'm sure you have not. Okay.
It's really good. They're in like third season right now. And aside from that, I think Jeremy Renner is a fantastic actor. I think that he's entitled to feel any way that he feels about his payment and what he thinks he deserves. And at the same time, much love to Disney. I'm on a Disney show right now. And that's what I got to say about that.
May I ask what Disney show?
I will tell you after the camera goes off.
Yep. And, Brandon, thoughts?
Jeremy Renner, I really have no opinion on that. It's like neither here nor there to me. But switching subjects, I want to ask CT about wrestling. Really, I used to be a huge wrestling fan. I know you guys are, and you're the hugest. And just the resurgence of it, I've noticed being like not a super fan anymore. Like, it's really back.
Yeah, it's back.
What would you attribute that to? Like, what happened? And now how do you feel about, the next phase of like wrestling?
Well, here's the thing, man.
Take them glasses off. Talk about it.
It's
It's about to get serious. When that come off. Here's the thing.
I feel like, okay, we got the wrestling guru here.
Yeah.
We got to ask about it.
Yo, it's when we were kids, man, we had Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Kane, so on and so forth.
Right.
Now we have those same guys in different characters.
Yes.
And it's so much more compelling. And Triple H at the helm has made it to where it's entertaining and fun again. The storylines are making you feel like you want to get involved. I had my first WrestleMania event this year where me and the podcast went. It was so great.
Shout out to
it's
Before the Bell.
fun.
Phenomenal
People of all
podcast.
ages. Thank you, man. And I would honestly say by Vince McMahon leaving WWE helped WWE. You know what I mean? Because now,
The Godfather.
man, but he started to lose touch with the people about 10 years ago.
For sure.
So now the people involved have their fingers on the pulse, and it just feels organic, authentic, and wrestlers aren't burnt out anymore. There came a time where wrestlers were wrestling every single week.
Yep.
Their bodies would be on the line, and they would have injuries. Now Triple H gives them time off. Go be with your family. Go enjoy a holiday.
He's a better boss.
He's a better boy. I mean,
so
but
that
he
guy's
worked
the
it.
new Vince McMahon?
Yeah,
Okay.
which is crazy because he's still his son-in-law.
Yeah, because he married Stephanie Man's daughter.
Yeah.
So
shout
he's
out to Steph.
he's been behind the scenes figuring it out for a long
Yeah.
time, and he was a big wrestler as well. So he knows.
But now he's the boss. Nobody's telling him no.
Nobody's telling him no.
Yeah.
So with that too, Netflix is coming out with a show.
Man.
There we go. What do you think about that? Breaking kayfabe. Kayfabe. Explain to us, especially from a writer and from a wrestling fan. Tell us what's happening with the show. And
WWE is
What
doing
is
a
it?
show. It's basically them showing the writers' room of wrestling, how they came up with all these ideas, pulling back the curtain a little too far, in my opinion.
Too much.
Too much.
That's not giving too much. 'cause
Why are you doing it? Y'all don't need the money that bad,
People
bro.
already feel like wrestling was fake and too. So now
Right.
you're about to show it
Now you about
And
to-
we know it's
more scripted.
we know it's scripted.
yeah, we
gonna
know
show
it's
it.
scripted, but we don't want to know that much.
No.
We still want to feel interested in the story because we feel like it's real enough compared to the action. Don't take that from us as a group, man. I'm gonna give it an episode because I'm like curious,
Absolutely.
but I'm not.
Because maybe they might not show as much as we
I
think.
hope not. That's why I want to give them a chance.
Because what I don't want to see is everybody sitting at this writer's table, kind of like on Saturday Night Live, where we was just watched that at the Saturday Night Live writer's room, and everybody sitting at this table and they're just throwing out ideas.
Yeah.
This person should be champ. He should be champ. No, let's do it like this. Let's do it like no, bro. No.
Yeah, I don't want to know that.
Don't do that.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
cooking right now.
Cooking with grease.
It's
boy.
cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got?
Cooking like baked clams.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him back. I've been trying to get him to watch it
Okay,
again.
I was when I was younger. I'm not now, but I used to love it then.
Brandon too cool, bro.
He too cool, bro.
What
He
do you
too
mean?
cool. He don't like none of the shit niggas used to like back then.
He said he liked wrestling back then.
It fell off so
Back
much, and then I
then.
couldn't get back into it.
It did fall off.
It did fall
My
off.
family, we used to.
It did. I
That's
agree.
probably TMI.
What?
Rakishi,
Yeah, Rikishi.
you couldn't fall asleep in my house.
Because somebody hit you with the stink face?
If you fall asleep on the couch, somebody was gonna Rakishi.
Y'all was serious.
Wow.
That's
Have you ever done a wrestling move on somebody? I remember we
Yeah, as
I
kids,
remember
that's
me and
how
the
we used to
homie-
play all the
all
time.
day.
we had this little this kind of
Mm-hmm. What would you say?
yeah, I know. We had he the homie though. My
Okay.
neighbor. Shout out Kevin. But he was a little autistic. But me
Don't even finish the story.
Ah, okay, relax.
Don't even finish it. That's
relax.
you don't even know what I'm about to say.
I know what you're about to say. Just moving on.
wow.
They both.
Y'all don't even know where the story was about to go.
Moving on,
Do your
bro.
thing, man. It's your show, bro. I'm just yeah.
Do your big one.
Nah, man. I don't even know. You thought I was gonna say power bomb through something?
I don't know, brother.
No. We had a wrestling. We used to have these wrestling matches in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Listen, we
Because if it
support
wasn't
autistic
about
children.
him, you wouldn't even mention him.
It was a big thing to the story.
Yeah.
Because of what he did, what the wrestling move that we helped him establish to our other. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
I wrestled by a little nephew, and I think everybody wrestled with kids until that one kid got arrested. And we were like, all right, that's enough of that. Remember the kid who went to prison for
Power driving somebody or something, or he did something.
hurting his sister?
His sister.
She lost her life.
His little sister.
Yeah.
It was a little.
They always tell you don't try it at home, but we gonna try it at home.
Don't try it at home. Yeah.
But we knew safely. Get some mats, get some pillows. Don't be rough, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
some kids.
somebody at my school power driver like a kid, and he had to call the ambulance and all that. You
That's
Yeah, it got rough a
absurd.
little bit.
It got rough. It got rough. CT,
Yeah.
give it to me, man.
What's going on?
From Detroit, did you always know comedy, writing, acting, coming from the west side of Detroit was going to be in your cards in the future?
Absolutely. The first time I saw Martin Lawrence on Def Comedy Jam when I was 6. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take it again for the edit. Absolutely. When I was 6 and I first saw Martin Lawrence on Def Comedy Jam, I knew I wanted to do what he was doing. I wanted to do stand-up. Then I saw the Martin Show, I wanted to do that. And I started seeing him do movies. And I learned what writing was because I started looking at the credits. And I was watching Martin and the Jamie Foxx Show. And I kept seeing the name Bentley Kyle Evans. And I was like, oh, man, I got to meet this guy. I got to meet him because he's going to be able to help me achieve my dreams. And I can learn from him. And that's exactly what ended up happening. But I knew from 6 years old, this is what I was going to be doing with my life. I saw everything going exactly how it's been going. I said, I'm going to end up being friends with Martin Lawrence. I'm going to work with Bentley Kyle Evans. I'm going to meet every single person that I'm a fan of. And it's happened. The only person I have left to meet is Jim Carrey.
Ooh, that's a
big
good
one.
one.
That's a big one.
Man.
And I just want to tell him thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I met everybody else and I told them thank you. But Jim, dude.
How do you prepare? In Detroit, I'm not essentially, even though I'm from Detroit, I'm not, you know, I don't really know the comedy scene growing up back then. You know, but from 6 and up yonder, how do you prepare yourself to get into that space? Because you're in Detroit.
Yeah.
So you automatically have to be like, at some point, I know I got to leave here.
Like, I want to be like Martin. I want to meet Bentley.
Yeah.
I want to do all of these things. Like, what was the next step that you took to say, like,
So interestingly, man, I'm in high school. This is like 12th grade. I'm in every club. I'm in drama club. I'm in broadcast arts club. We're shooting sketches and stuff and airing them on public access TV.
you was doing all the art stuff at school?
All of it.
What school?
Oak Park High School. I
Yeah.
caught the bus from Detroit. We used my uncle's address so I could go to the school.
Okay.
You know how it go.
Okay.
And
For.
I did the same
They
thing.
do that everywhere.
Yeah, I did the
That's
same
what
thing.
niggas gotta do.
I transferred for basketball and I needed an address.
yeah,
Too late to get me now.
I got the diploma now.
Too late to get me now.
So from that point, my broadcast arts club brought a comedy show to the school, and there's a comedian named Kool-Aid, rest in peace, who was there. Kool-Aid, Melvin Bender, Martez Jackson, and Simply Chanel. And they came, and I went backstage and I started talking to Kool-Aid, and I was like, "Hey man, you know I'm a comedian," and he was like, "Oh yeah, where you perform at?" And I'm like, "The Blue Bar." Like I just started making stuff up, and he gave me his number. And Melvin Bender was like, "Yo, why don't you open up the show?" And I was so nervous; it was my whole school. And I was like,
Why don't you open up the show just out the gate like that?
and I just went up. I said something funny about the security guard. I roasted him. They laughed, and I kept it moving, bro. And from that point on, I had a great job. This is a testament to everything happens for a reason. I'm working at Hollywood Video with my best friend. Me and my boy Jakari, we're making $10 an hour. I get free movie rentals. We get snacks. I'm getting to holler at girls to come in. I'm just having the greatest life ever, right? And there were 2 managers. One of the managers was my boy Jakari's uncle. He was the best. And then there was another manager. Her name was Carmen. Carmen was the worst. Carmen hated me. And she didn't even want to hire me. But everybody else loved me so much, she had to hire me.
Yeah.
So Carmen fired me for renting... for taking an extra DVD home and bringing it back. She was like, you stealing? I'm like, why would I bring it back if I'm stealing?
Right, yeah.
And she was like, I gotta talk to my manager about this. I'm like, you don't have to talk to anybody about this. Anyway, I get fired, and I was like, man, I just lost the job that I would have worked there forever, or how we know about video stores, the next 5 years.
Right.
But after I got fired, I was like, well, I guess I need to call Kool-Aid because I need to start doing comedy. If I wouldn't have gotten fired, I wouldn't have started doing comedy right then. So, you know, I knew I needed to start at the bottom to learn everything so I could leave. I was like, as long as I start, you got to start somewhere. You work performing in bars, but I knew LA was always the goal. So I just kept doing it, and then I started getting comfortable. And my buddy Mike Larry in Detroit, he was like, he called me one day. I was 20. I was turning 21 in like the next month. And he was like, hey, man, how many times you going to do that? I was like, do what? Those were all new jokes. He was like, nah, man, how many times you going to be funny in the club and just keep coming back? You're the only one of us without any kids and nothing keeping you here. You need to go to LA before something keeps you in Detroit and you can't leave. He's like, I got kids. I gotta stay. Go follow your dreams, bro. And I put a plan together. I was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna go to Chicago, save some money, go to Atlanta, make some money and save it. I'm gonna go to New York, make some money and save it. Then I'm gonna go to LA. And I told my mom my plan. I said, hey, when I turn 21, I'm going to these places and then I'm gonna go to LA, just letting you know. And she was like, okay. My birthday comes and my mom gave me a birthday card and it had 2 $500 gift cards in it. And she said, don't go to those other cities. If you wanna go to LA, go straight to LA and follow your dreams. And I was like, all right, bet. And she's like, make me a deal. How long do you think it's gonna take for you to get on TV? And I was like,
Easy.
6 months at least.
Like work.
She was like, okay, buy yourself an open-ended ticket to come back in 6 months. And that was, I was supposed to come back December 22nd, 2007. So I'm grinding out here in LA. I didn't have a place to stay. I'm bouncing couch to couch, floor to floor. I'm on the bus. I'm selling my DVDs to make money.
You knew people out here already?
I knew one person, Real Battle, because we had done Laugh-A-Palooza out here. I mean, in Atlanta, and he lived in LA.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, man, look me up when you come to LA.
Homie letting you crash. No.
Absolutely. He was like, I was like, yo, can I keep my suitcase in your crib for a week and sleep on your floor? He was like, yeah. The week turned into a month. And then he was like, hey, man, I'm going out of town. You got to get out of here. And I'm like, So Vanessa Gradick let me sleep on her floor for the next 2 months. And then I ran into my high school friends randomly.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out and they were like, man, we need a roommate. And I'm like, I happen to be a possible roommate, right?
Yeah.
So I end up moving in with them. My share of the room was $387. And like I'm saying,
What a time.
what a time.
What a time.
So I'm selling DVDs to pay my rent. And fast forward, I end up booking a TV show, stand-up TV show called Tony Rock's The Funny Spot in December of 2007. And I was like, when does it film? And they were like, December 20th. I'm like,
Oh.
I filmed it.
That was your 6 months.
I called my
That
mom.
man.
I say, hey, I booked this show. I'm coming home for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'm coming back to LA because I kept my end of the bargain up and I'm on TV. And she was like, yeah. And then from that point, just continually grinding. But that's what it is, man. I have an unfathomable belief in myself because I know things will always work out in my favor. And they have. And when people tell you that it's not going to work, it's kind of like meeting a girl that you're like, oh, I want her. And the girl is like, you're not going to get me. You're like, I'm going to get you. You know what I mean? Like, my wife is the perfect example. Like, she was like, we're just going to be friends. I'm like, yeah, all right. And fast forward.
Married.
Yeah. But it's like every single thing works out in my favor, man. And I know that because I believe it. And if you don't believe it, it's not going to work out for you.
Yeah.
Is that
It
your
starts
advice
there.
to others? Yeah, is that your advice? And Brandon's big on that too. I mean, I think we all have to be in entertainment and you know, in everything we do. You know, you gotta believe. Is that one of the things that you will preach to someone? Also, I see you have a strong support system too. Is that
Ooh.
that's
Especially now, well, to answer your first question, I would tell that to somebody to just believe, man. There's so many
'Cause it's
people who
tough.
don't believe. It's very hard to believe, by the way.
Yes, I'm
Because
saying,
when
it's
you're
tough.
looking at your circumstances and you can't see beyond that, it's hard. But if you know, put it like this, you've been through everything you've ever been through.
Right. And you still here. You here right now.
You've made it through everything.
Yeah.
So just remembering that helps even when it gets dark. But the second thing is just like my support system. There's so many people that come out of the woodwork to show me how in my corner they are. Like, for example, I know this is going to air after I film it, but shooting my 1 hour special, I've been doing comedy 20 years, man. And this is my first special because I was going to wait. I'm waiting until somebody says, I want to help you produce this special. I wasn't about to put my own money up. Shout out to all the comedians who did it and it worked out for them.
Yeah.
I just wasn't about to do that. I'm like, no, I know at some point somebody's going to produce the special for me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be ready. And I am ready. And people who come out of the woodwork just to be like, you know, giving me prayers or being like, yo, I'm going to be at the show, or just guiding me along and just giving me that love and support that you just wouldn't think of. And I'm just so grateful, man. But it's a testament to being good to people and then receiving it back.
Yeah. I think that was one of the things not specifically that, but I remember, you know, first coming across you, one of the main things that always stuck with me is you mentioned, you know, being a helping hand and showing up for people. It's big out here because a lot of people don't do that. Everyone is so take.
Yeah.
But being in someone's corner and showing up for them and making yourself a use or, you know, an assistance to an individual, that matters. Yeah. And it always stuck with me, which is probably why I do too much.
Well, here's the thing. To give you this, man, KP.
Too much.
So, I can tell you this, Miko. I've known KP since 2015. I used to do this podcast. It was CT Against the World. And
I miss it.
It was on Playboy.
It was great. Fun time.
Miss
It was a fun time. Could you imagine if we had
Oh,
cameras and oh my God. Anyway, so KP was like, yo, man, how can I help you? And I was like, man, I would love to have like a vibe, like a party, and we have girls here and we post the clips on Periscope. We were doing
That shit
And
came and gone.
came and
didn't
gone,
it?
boy. Instagram
Before
stole
its
that.
time.
Yeah, it was.
Before its time. And every week, like we were just there, and he was always looking out. And he was like, "Yo, man, you need to start shooting sketches." And I'm like, I ain't doing it. And then 2017 January, I was at my boy BT Kingsley's comedy special that Kevin Hart produced for him, and financially, I was just like, man, I'm at a stalemate. Like, what am I doing? I'm in between TV shows. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I feel stagnant. And Jahan Jones was like, hey man, you need to come shoot some sketches. I'm like, man, KP been trying to get me to shoot. I don't really. He's like, just come. I'm like, all right, I'll come. And it happened to be at B Moore and KP's crib. And I'm like, all right. And I go to the house, and when I get to the house, I just see everybody. Like my mind opened up with the possibilities of what this could be. And immediately I needed to know how to do this. And KP taught me how to edit on my phone. And you taught me how to fish, because before that I was just waiting to hop in somebody else's sketch. Yeah. And now I could create my own and post it myself. And from that, I started going viral immediately.
Because you're one of the best.
One of the first ones that really take off at.
Yeah,
it was a blessing, man. Because we were all like, Jahan,
yep.
put us in your sketch. Hold on a second, man. And
Nah, you figured out a formula for yourself that worked, and it was just like, oh, every week you could go viral.
Yep.
Man, it was crazy. It was a different time, dude. So that started to get me way more fans around the world than the TV shows were getting. Even though I was grateful for the TV shows because it was helping me pay my bills. But from that, I had learned to just be there for people, man. This is such a lonely city that somebody just saying, hey, man, how you doing? Makes a hell of a difference. Yeah. So those things just carried on. And so my advice to people is always not how can somebody help you, but how can you help somebody? And don't just reach out to people when you want something.
That's the worst.
You know what I mean?
That's the worst.
Because when you see their name, you like,
this love.
I know they want something.
You don't never call me no other time.
Right. I'll be big on me and like, hey, what's up? Nothing, man. What's up? Hey, I just called to check on you. I don't want nothing.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. You feel their defenses go down.
Yeah.
It's like if you talk to a beautiful girl and you say, hey, I'm not trying to smash. I just want to tell you, nice shoes. You be like, oh, where you about to go? You're like, oh, I didn't know I was about to.
Yeah, no, I'm about to smash.
Yeah.
Now I am.
You know? So, my advice is always just be genuine. The relationships are going to outlast any TV show, any movie, any phase of anything. So, Just be kind to people, and if their energy isn't pure, get them out of your life.
Yeah.
You said something. This sparked another question from me. You were at BT special.
Yeah, Kevin Hart produced his
Kevin Hart produced
next level special for
your
BT.
Your homeboys special. Did you ever have a moment in life where it's like, okay, like you're looking at other people doing what you want to do, and it's like, when is my time gonna come? You know what I'm saying? Like the moment where it's like, all right, I'm looking at everybody else winning. When is you got your special now? But like, have you been like, God damn, when is it about to happen?
You know what's funny, man? That's a great question. The FIFA comparison gets us all the time. But with BT or any of my friends, when they get something and I was able to be there to support them, like that in particular, I wasn't thinking that because BT is one of the greatest comedians of all time to me. Yeah. And I was just like, man, he's beyond ready for this. And I was just glad to support him. In that moment, I was like, to give you my mindset, I was like, man, I'm so happy for BT. How am I gonna make some money? Like separately. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh man, look at my guy.
I feel that thought process.
Like, I gotta pay these bills. So it was like two separate things, but not jealousy or envy. It was just like, I'm genuinely happy and present for you. And the only time I could think, when is it gonna happen for me is okay. So Tiffany Haddish got this movie Girls Trip.
Okay.
And Tiffany's she's like a class above me as far as stand-up because she got on TV before I did. She was.
I remember you had her on the podcast.
Yeah,
first met
right.
Yep, you had her on the
She was filming Girls Trip right after that episode.
Oh wow.
I remember that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we went out to eat and everything right after. Yeah.
That's crazy. So Tiffany had the movie, and I was so happy for Tiffany, and then I was like, it's getting closer. If she got this movie, my opportunities are coming, man. So it was like, that was the closest thing to when is it happening for me, because my peers started to really get these things. And then after she got that, I think I booked something. I think I booked, that's when I started booking. I booked a show called Superior Donuts, and then I booked an episode of Modern Family. And so it was like, oh, I was right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, those are the things that kind of happen, but never jealous.
Never. It's which happens a lot. I know, you know, you have those moments people sit back and like, damn, bro, like, I'm doing all of this. I got all of this motion. How can I, you know, Miko, have you ever had moments like that? You know, you hooped. Supposedly, you know.
Listen, this is not what you want to do.
All right.
This is not what you want. What are you, 5'2"?
Wow.
The disrespect.
You just height shamed
Straight
him?
at the height.
Disrespect.
Which is crazy because I'm tall.
Higher heights, lower lows.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Okay. No, I don't think I ever really have like a jealousy thing. I think the same thing. Most of my friends feel like I'm always the person who always tell people, and they be like, when we all, like, I want everybody at the table, but I don't want everybody at the table because I got you there. I want everybody at the table because they got their own, and I could have helped you get it, and that's fine, but I want all my people to win. My friends say that now, like, anytime something's happening, somebody be like, oh, I'm looking for something. I'm like, oh, you're looking for an architect? I have one of those. Oh, you're looking for, I have one of those. And I used to be a part of a group, they used to be called Originals Nation. There's something, they have another name now. Sorry, I can't remember it. But they have like a list of like all like the Black people that you can enterprise with. So if you're looking for someone to create a website, you can go to this list. So that way we keep our money within ourselves. And I really like that with my people. If they win and I'm winning, it just might not be my turn right now.
With you being from LA, what kind of advice can you give to individuals like transplants, like all of us, moving here, who are trying to navigate this LA lifestyle? What are like some do's and don'ts that you would? Because you're from here.
Yeah, I am.
We all come here thinking LA is one way.
Yeah.
I just remember being so scared moving to LA because all you know is gangs. All we've seen are these movies, and it's just gangs.
I threw a red hoodie away before I moved here. I don't know if I can have it.
You know what?
See what I'm saying?
And you know what? Because I'm from here, I don't even notice those things. I will say that sometimes I'm oblivious to, because I did have one of my friends come by my house and they're like, oh, can I da-da-da? And I was like, yeah. And they did have on red shoes. And somebody did question them. And I said, shit,
See what I'm
my
saying?
bad.
My bad.
No.
You almost got my...
You almost got me.
No, it wasn't
here.
that. No, the question...
Feel my motherfucker
The question wasn't that bad. They didn't like press him, but they was just like, yo, your shoes. And I was like,
That's
nah, he with me.
pressing to me.
No, I was like, nah, he with me. And they was like, oh, and I was like, I'll explain later. And I just
But if I had not been with you,
Right.
I'm dead.
I fixed it because I grew up there.
Females
but I
will
will
get
say,
you.
well, no, I thought it
Get
wasn't.
you
I'm not gonna lie. I
And
thought it
this
was
is
not
why
an
we
issue.
were so afraid. Move. This is the
No.
kind of shit I haven't had to deal with that. But I never leave the valley like
Yeah,
that.
But also at the time, I used to wear a red rag dress in that same neighborhood, so I never
Yeah,
thought it was a
but
dick.
yeah, me a girl too though.
Again, yeah. I think that when you come to LA, yes, I do believe you should be aware of what areas are what. But I think that people come here with this hype dream of what LA is, and then also the people they run into, they love to say like LA people are this or that. And I feel like we get compared to kind of like New York type people.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, most of the people that you meet who are that way, no disrespect, are usually the transplants because they have this idea of what LA is versus actually being present in LA. Is there hood parts? Yes, I think you do get tricked by the palm trees because that's all up in the hood. If you see palm trees, you're in the hood. You're not in the suburbs. You're in the hood.
Oh.
But outside of that, I mean, like, I think it's still just like a respect thing. If you speak, I think especially in our Black community today, we have a different reverence for one another. If you speak, if you say hi, we speak, we say hi. We're not really. I feel like Nipsey helped with some of that, with like killing some of the like automatic beef. Like, yes, I feel like yes, you're still gonna have areas, but there's a way to approach everybody.
Yeah.
So
Also, a lot of LA people haven't been to Hollywood. I've learned a long time ago.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, my show's in Hollywood. Oh, I ain't never been up there.
What?
I used to feel like people that are from LA kind of take this whole thing for granted.
For granted.
Have
They do.
you, like,
They
you
do.
literally live here. We moved from all around the world to come right here,
I've been
which
told
is
that too. So
which is right in this is your house. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I
Bro,
feel
like,
like,
But you know what it is?
I feel like they're not
It's
taking
gratitude.
advantage of their opportunities.
They don't see, okay, you don't know how amazing your family is because they're your family.
Yeah.
But if somebody comes over, like for example, remember you were a kid, and we're all similar in this aspect. You would go to your friend's house,
Absolutely.
and they'd be like, the mom would be like, "You want something to eat?" You'd be like, "Oh no, thank you, ma'am."
My
They'd
house
be
was
like,
your house. Yep.
"Ma'am, oh, he needs to take some lessons from you." And you're like, they don't appreciate you bought them all these toys. So it's like, it's that. So they don't know to appreciate it because they've always had it.
I've always had it, bro.
But hold on, I also think
We had snow.
okay, no,
fucking
so
snow.
listen, I appreciate the weather and the things.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what you sound like when you just said Hollywood, a lot of people who are from LA never had a dream of Hollywood.
Right.
That was never. I didn't want to be. I wanted to own properties. I was like, I'm gonna have this many doors. I'm gonna have a passive income. These are the things I saw because I saw real estate moguls. I saw like my grandmother owned 4 properties. Like what I saw
And look
around
at you.
me was amazing,
Owning
right?
property.
So I didn't see like, oh, I want to be
You
an
had a different
actor.
vision
I
for
saw
it.
actors as someone. On top of that, now social media has changed. I saw actors as someone who went to school and that was their passion. I
Oh.
didn't have a passion to be on the camera. I was like, can I be? Possibly, but that's not what I want. This is what I want.
I think even you with that kind of ambition is like something that's kind of more rare for people to have here. Not that I'm saying not just Hollywood, but like this is a land of opportunity.
Yeah.
It's like there's not that many opportunities like that in Detroit.
and other places.
Oh.
We don't see.
I am learning.
We
that.
don't see real estate moguls as something we can do. We just see like hoop
Yeah.
acting, and like you know what I'm saying. There's
Yeah.
a limit
No, yeah,
about
true.
of like what we even know of how to be
It's a
successful.
glass ceiling.
That's
in
true.
A lot of these
But
cities.
I will say, like,
say
I'm assuming that, like, you being an athlete, you have to have a lot of drive and a lot of discipline. And even with CT was talking about faith, you know what I'm saying, in yourself, like a belief system. Is that something that's like carries you to help you be successful in?
Oh, for sure. One of my favorite lines is "I'm God's chosen child." I tell people that all the time. But my parents told me very early, if you want to go to college, you better figure out how to get it paid for.
Wow.
So basketball was it. And to be honest, everybody assumed that I would try to go play professionally, and I was like, that was never my dream. I just wanted basketball to pay for school so I could do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that was it. So yeah, you have to.
You had a
the
full scholarship?
Yeah, I did.
That's big.
I did.
Discipline and dedication. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially being a student athlete. That shit tough.
I can't imagine.
That was tough.
I wasn't even a student athlete, and school was tough for that semester.
Were you like the class clown too?
No, I've never been the class clown. I've
I would
always,
say most comedians. That's,
I'm not that guy. Like, I'm not a barbershop comedian. I'm not the class clown that's like, hey, everybody look at me. I am, while that dude is doing all of that, I'm making y'all laugh over here. You know what I mean?
on just
or
the
I'm
most,
watching.
but on just conversation, bro. Just
Yeah.
regular
I'm
conversation.
not really
Fuck.
that dude. So it's like, when I started doing comedy, my family was shocked. Like my sister and my mom weren't, but like my family, they were like, "What? He talk?" I'm like,
That nigga
I
ain't
was
funny.
always talking.
Right, he ain't funny.
I had no reason to talk.
Yeah.
And so it was one of those where it was like, I am such a great observer. The way my comedy is like, you had no idea I was thinking this while I was sitting back there being quiet. So yeah.
Yeah.
She said something a little minute ago about passion and actors and everything going to school. That's what that's what we expect.
Yeah.
I always say, I'm gonna ask you this because last comedians we always ask. They take comedy as a craft, an art form.
Absolutely.
Especially stand up.
Yeah.
A lot of people now, I don't know if they view it as such, because you have a lot of different influencers who are trying to get into that space because they think that is the realm to take in order to go to the next big step. Coming from a seasoned vet, professional, how do you feel about that?
About which aspect? People coming from the internet?
People come from the internet, how serious individuals take it. Does it translate just as well?
Well, here's the thing, man. I look at comedy like this. Everything evolves. And the internet people that are funny, when I started comedy, there was a pecking order. There were older comedians that told you these are the do's and don'ts of comedy. Like, I got up there and, like, my first couple of shows, I started doing Kool-Aid jokes. Like, I was Kool-Aid. I was like, I would do them in front of him. And he was like, "Hey, man, you did my jokes." I'm like, "Right?" And he was like, "No, man, you can't do that. You got to do this, and you got to be yourself." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And you learn that way. So with comedians now that come from the internet, they don't know. And nobody's telling them. And respectfully, nobody who has 1 million or 2 million followers is going to listen to a guy that has 5 followers tell them about a craft. When they think, I'm already famous, I know what I'm doing. So I get both sides, but the smart ones ask people questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there are some people who come from the internet that will see a comedian just be funny and be like, "Can you teach me? Or can I learn from you?" That's humility on both sides.
Has anyone done that to you?
Well, I started early enough to where I seen all of the internet stuff come. So I'm humble enough to go talk to an internet guy.
That's nice.
And be like, "Hey, man, you're funny. I think you should do this and that." Or maybe you don't listen to me, whatever you want, but I just want to give you that and then form a relationship. Then to be like, "I know what real comedy is and you don't, but you selling 3,000 tickets and I'm not selling that many. So good luck." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm humble enough to have a conversation with somebody, but at the same time, I will still go to a veteran comedian who's done more than me and ask them questions. You know what I mean?
Can you give an example? Like somebody might have, did someone you asked and they gave you like something that really stuck with you?
Oh yeah. Rodney Perry is the first comedian that comes to my mind.
Okay, I know
Rodney Perry told me, "If you stay out here long enough, you're gonna get something."
Just that.
I was like, "Oh man." And he was like, "It don't cost nothing to be nice to somebody. And the best advice can come from people that you don't even think are funny." And I was like, "All right." And I started seeing some trash comedians and they would give me tips and I was like, that actually works. You know what I mean? So just being humble enough to take in other people's opinions that could help you.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah, man.
That's very solid. You are a great writer.
Thank you.
For yourself.
Appreciate that.
And for others.
Absolutely.
But how did you transition into that? Did you think you could do that? Like, I can write. I think I can write a little bit. But I know it's tougher trying to write comedy, especially for others to be able to say, because you kind of, have to know what works or what, it's just individual, what's funny, things of that magnitude.
You know what's crazy about that? I just did this for a comedian last night. She was doing her set, veteran comedian, and I told her some things she should switch around and add and talk about, and it all worked. And you know why that is because I'm a great listener. Like, I'm not, when I'm coming from like going to writing, I'm not coming like, I know this and I know that. I'm listening to how you speak or how you deliver your material, and I'm coming at you from an audience standpoint. So it's like, you know what I would like to hear from you as an audience member? I want to hear about you talk about your son, or I want to hear about you talking about dating. What's a heartbreak? What's something that makes you laugh? Like, that stuff is something as an audience member I want to hear, compared to, I don't want to hear you talk about politics. I don't want to hear your opinion on TV stands. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to hear about you. So I kind of apply that with every comedian I've ever worked with from a writing standpoint and just try to help accentuate their thoughts instead of pushing my own thoughts on them. So when I focus on myself, it's different. But when it's them, it's so much of a different muscle because comedians get in their head a lot. And I've always felt like a hybrid. I'm a comedian, but I'm also a creative in the standpoint of I can see other angles than just my own perspective.
And is that the same with writing shows as well?
Oh yeah. When you're writing a show, you're into a specific format that is somebody else's vision. So they're telling you, hey, this is what the show is.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. And you're like, okay, in this universe, here's some ideas. And some of them go through, some of them don't. But you're servicing with a team. Whereas when you're doing comedy and you're writing for somebody, you're dealing with that person's ego and thought. So your ego is different than Brandon's, and his is different than hers. So it's like, I can work with all three of you guys separately and effectively as long as I remove my own ego. As long as you remove your own ego, you can work with anybody.
When did you first break into show writing? I know you said you always wanted to work with Bentley, and you did that.
Yeah.
How did that? How did
For
that
seasons.
Yeah.
Miko, you better ask.
My first one
Season,
actually was 2008. My first show that I booked that was a scripted show was Mike Epps' Funny Business. This was my first audition. And I went in to read, and Mike Epps was there. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know he was going to be here.
Yeah.
And we start improvising back and forth. Benny Richburg was the showrunner for that. Benny Richburg worked on Martin and Fresh Prince and also the Jamie Foxx show and Cuts and so many other shows.
Yeah.
And Benny was like, hey, man, you funny. I was like, thank you, man. He's like, yeah, we want to have you. It's going to be like a little in living color thing. I was like, dope. And he was like, yeah, you want to write? And I was like, I don't know how to write. And he was like, I'll teach you. And I was like, okay.
Bet.
But
What?
I also still want to be on camera. He was like, yeah, but you're going to make more money over here. I'm like, I don't really care about the money. I want to be on TV. So he was like, you can do both. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm so wet behind the ears. And we had a writer's assistant, and he taught me how to write in a notebook and give it to the writer's assistant, and she would type everything up and perfectly format it. But I was like, I need to know how to do this. And I bought Final Draft, and I start learning how to do it. And then, oh, you're going to love this. So after that show didn't get picked up because one of the executives, this is why I didn't get picked up. One of the executives slept with someone at Comedy Central's wife.
Oh, shit.
And they were like, no to the
It's
show.
over.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is about to
crazy.
be my on moment.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Anyway, a season later, like a year later, me and Robin Thede, who Black Lady Sketch Show, shout out to her for all her success.
Yeah.
She and I got hired by the similar producers of that show to write this other show called Clunkers. It was Carl Anthony Payne, David Faustino, Sherman Hemsley, rest in peace, and she and myself. We did that, but I'm just, we're writing, but I don't know if this is the format I'm supposed to be doing because nobody's told me this is right or wrong. Fast forward, I meet this young lady who's a casting agent. She's trying to be a casting agent.
Yeah.
And she starts working on a show for Bentley. I told her, I'm like, yo, I need to meet Bentley. This has been my dream. I need to just meet him. Can I come to the set? Oh, well, it's really,
Yeah.
he don't really have people on set like that.
Oh, stop
So,
gatekeeping.
I mean, if you get called in, then maybe if you book it, you can meet him. But and I was like, man, she's really gatekeeping. So fast forward, Tangerine, my lady, ends up booking a show
Yep.
with Bentley. And she knew that I wanted to meet Bentley. And she was like, oh, come to the set. I'll introduce you.
That is-
And I was like, I don't really want to meet him as your man. I want to meet him as a writer. So she invited me and BT. So now this looks like just my friends. I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah.
So we go, we meet him. And when I'm walking through the door, the casting girl was there. She was like, what you doing here?
Yeah, I'm in here.
And I'm
What's
like,
up?
I'm here now. You can't gatekeep,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Meet him. Fast forward, I say to him, I say, hey, man, I want to write on one of your shows. And he's like, I don't really have a traditional writer's room. I was like, I'll write an episode of this show right now. It was Tuesday. I was like, I'll write it by Friday. It was like, yeah, all right. And it was something about that, yeah, all right, that pissed me off.
All right.
I was like, I'll write 4 episodes by Friday at noon and email them to you. He was like, let's see. Man, I got home. I started writing so fast, bro. I sent all those scripts to him by 11:58 that Friday morning. And from that point, we've been locked in. Stacey Evans Morgan helped, which is his sister.
Yeah.
She helped me, man, because she was like, yo, I believe in you. And Bentley had kind of taken some time getting back to me after I sent the scripts.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So I'm super mad. I'm going to Stacey. I'm like, hey, your brother ain't hit me up.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay.
Relax.
Email me. And then a week later, she hits me. She was like, yo, why don't you come in and pitch some episodes for Love That Girl, which is another show they were working on. I'm like, bet. I pitched some ideas, and that script got approved, and it paid me enough money to buy a truck and pay my rent. And
And it was on from there.
yeah.
And it's
So long answer to your question.
No,
but
that's what I want.
That was a great answer.
That's a great answer. Miko just had to learn some things. You know what I mean? Damn, because I never actually knew how you got into
Oh yeah, man.
writing. You know what I mean? It's tough.
It's
really
very tough.
out here.
Not easy.
But you came, you met who you've been trying to meet, had a great show.
Oh yeah,
By the way,
family time, man.
Family time, great
8
show.
You might be like the GOAT manifester right now.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm telling you, bro.
What's the next thing
Everything.
on the manifest? What's
The next thing on the manifest?
What's like the end? Not the end game. I don't want to say the end game, but like what's one of your biggest?
Like, what else is on the agenda?
Give me.
You about
I
to
can't.
go?
I'm an hour away from my job, and
Oh, okay.
I'm about to be late now.
You're working? What's the
I
job?
have to be at work at 2, and I told him this. I had to be hard out at 1. I'm 20 minutes late for work now, and that's paid. Sorry.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
letting
you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I didn't even know. We were at on time.
That's how much
No.
fun we was having. I
Just
ain't
having a great time.
I'm so sorry. I was like,
sorry.
I was trying really hard. I
Oh,
was
no,
like,
I
okay.
appreciate you.
Okay, wait,
What's
let
the
me-
job?
Well, I nanny.
Oh, word.
So I'm like a nanny for like high-end families.
That's dope.
And that's kind of how I funded the property and all the things.
I literally wanted that.
Yeah.
That's dope as hell.
That's how it all. That's how it all.
What's your
got there.
IG, man?
Miko.
Go round.
Is
Sorry,
it Miko?
Miko_Rounds.
Miko Rounds. That's a funny name.
Yeah,
Rounds.
my name is Miko Rounds.
Really? Your
Yeah.
last name is Rounds?
Yeah.
I never even knew that.
Nobody knows my first name for real.
I never knew that.
Is this you?
Yes, that's me.
Dope.
All right, it's nice
Stop
meeting
posting.
everybody.
Thank
I'm so sorry.
No, you good. It's all good.
When you asked me about the skits and stuff before, I'd be like, yeah, I just don't. And I'm trying to post a little bit more.
You're not.
You know,
You're not.
You
I
not.
posted 4 times this month. That's a lot.
To say 4 times this month is outrageous.
Super outrageous.
Okay, but the last post before that was from like January of last year.
No, that's true. That's very.
So
Thank you, Miko.
No,
I'm gonna text you when we finish.
Drive safe out there, Miko.
we gonna hope this hour turn into 40 minutes.
You'll be alright.
It will. You're going down there now, you'll be solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Come Friday if you're available.
Okay. Send it to me on Instagram.
Done deal. Man, she's a delight.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
dope.
I ain't seen her in years.
How about that?
What was the question I was?
Glad she got to pull up.
Yeah, that's dope. Great energy, man. Because you never know. Sometimes KP be having some.
Man,
some-
sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't be knowing either, especially when
That
I
ain't
just meet.
changed. That ain't
Yeah.
changed. Okay, we never know what we gonna get.
You don't know. I don't know. I have to be picky.
Bro.
Let's pull up. Let me see. Most of the time, too, though, we be having people that just don't be talking sometimes. They
That-
just,
yeah,
they
I
just
wouldn't
come
be
and
afraid
just
of
be
that.
like an aesthetic and they just chill.
Yeah.
Because we also really be trying to dive in more with
Mm-hmm.
our guests. And sometimes some people like to insert, we appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
They say, "Fool, you just want to have a conversation.
She's great, man.
It's a regular living room
Yeah. It's a
conversation.
regular
Can't beat it.
conversation. What was my question to you, CT? It was what was the next thing, or like one of the main things that you, like goal wise, that you was trying to manifest? Is it being a superhero on it?
Oh, you know what's
Like to be
funny?
in a Marvel movie?
I would love DC to hit me
I
first.
know.
But
You think James Gunn is going to save it?
I have so much faith in James
Superman is your
Gunn.
favorite.
Superman is my favorite. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's Batman.
They do think it's
and
Batman.
Batman's my number 2, but Superman is my number 1. The manifesting for me, bro, I have this plan in my head of what I want to see stand-up wise, as far as like attracting ticket buyers to come see me. And I've been very blessed and fortunate over the past couple of years to go out with some really big
Yeah.
names
Yeah.
and do arenas and these theaters, and it feels good. But I'm like, it feels even better when I go to these cities and because I don't really advertise me going. So when I go and people
know that it's you, they know who you are, they're
That feels
excited to
good.
hear you.
yeah, oh, I didn't know you was gonna be here. It's like that feels good. So it's like I want more of that for myself when I go out. And I just done this show with Matt Rife at Red Rocks in Denver, Colorado, and it was so massive. Like I'm talking about, it's an amphitheater, but it was in a mountain, and there were so many people. And I'm so happy for Matt, and he's such a great guy.
Yeah.
And I'm
before.
Yeah, I knew Matt since he was 16.
Damn.
And that's someone else who we all knew Matt was going to pop.
Did you?
I knew it. I knew it when I met him because he's got this light about him. He's just, this light about him that's just so positive and so great. And he's just a good kid. And I'll always see him as this kid that I met, even though he's obviously this man. But
Freaking rock star now.
he's a rock star.
Sex symbol rock star comedian.
And he's the same person. But to do that venue, there was a moment where I was like, I don't think I would have ever thought to even possibly see this or want to even do this type of show until I saw it. And then I was like, I want this. I want
more theaters,
that.
more sold out, like
big shows.
big theaters.
Yeah, for myself. And I know that that's going to happen
Absolutely.
if I put this work in, and that's the plan.
And I
that
think
have
even just you being on tour with Matt Rife, and I know you with Martin, and like that, those experiences and those visualizations, like, oh, now you get to like be in it, but as you know, as an opening for Matt or whatever, that experience helps for you to be able to visualize and even just, you know, have that. Like, okay, now I know what it looks like, what it feels like, of what I want, and now I know how to work towards getting this, you know, recreating this moment again for myself.
It's yes, and like for cause yes, it's the thing of you knowing. It's like when you see your boy with it's like you see your boy's house. You're like, oh man, this is such a great house.
Yeah.
I know what I'm gonna do with my house.
Yes.
Like, this is so dope that you have this decorated like this.
Yes.
I know what I'd like to do in mine. It's like that. So it's like, I know you like your sandwiches with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I like mine with Miracle Whip type shit. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
It kind of just it's kind of like with the skits, like you saw how Jahan was doing his,
but
then you like, okay, let me learn the basis, and then I know what I'm gonna do with mine.
Yeah,
you got
man.
a whole different brand of yours.
Completely. It's like you have to learn the format before you can change it. You have to be able to see what this world is before you can do something on your own. So a lot for me, I'm a visual learner. I've never been the guy that you like, yeah, so go outside, make a left, and then you go south. And I'm like, what? But if you were able, that's why I love maps on the phone.
Yeah.
Because you can do both.
What did we do before then?
Oh my God. Hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
You look at your phone and you could either choose the written directions or you can look at the picture. And the picture always helps me. So as long as I can see it, I'm great. And that's why the manifestation always works, because I can see it. You might not know the road that you're going to use to get there, but I can see it. I can see me in front of these people. I can see me filming in front of a studio audience, or I can see me filming and I can see the crew and my co-stars. I just want the team of me and my friends that have held me down to make it in whichever aspect I can help them make it to where they see and achieve their dreams, like people have helped me achieve mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dope.
Do help. Yeah.
And you about to film the special with Friday?
Yeah, filming it Friday, man. May 9th, my
Nervous?
birthday.
Do you get nervous then?
You know what's
Especially like a
wild?
Matt Rife thing. I saw that. That's a big crowd.
Yeah.
It's like almost like it looked like walking out in WWE. I know you want to do that or something.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, I know you want that. But like, do you still get those moments when you're sitting back there? I don't know if you're sitting by yourself. I feel like the rest of the comedians are back there. Y'all probably powwowing a little bit, having some fun. But does it ever like, this is I'm a little nervous?
No. And respectfully, that just means that I've been comfortable doing a lot of the things that you've been seeing me do, because I haven't been nervous. Like, when we did the show, because this is just last weekend, when we did the show in Vegas, it was my first round stage. right?
okay.
So you remember Dane Cook's Vicious
Yep,
Circle?
yep.
It was a round stage.
Yeah.
We're in Vegas, the MGM Grand, and I'm hosting. So Matt had not seen me host before, and he didn't know that I'd done arenas. So he was like, "Hey man, this is the first arena." I was like, "Nah." And he was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna have some fun." But it was my first round stage. So it was my first experience being walked out by security. The spotlight following me, the crowd is going crazy, walking me to this round stage, and then being on the stage and making sure I went around the entire stage, even though they got
360.
monitors. Yeah. Engaging the crowd. So that was unique for me. But I wasn't nervous because it's normal for me to I've gotten used to doing those. God bless me in those aspects. But something I would be nervous about would be if my family was at my special. I get nervous like that. Like I get nervous when people who know me are there compared to like strangers. Like I can deal, what is this, 20,000 strangers? That's fine. But 6 of my family members, I'm like, because you're wondering what they're going to think.
Yeah.
I get nervous with stuff like that, but I don't really get nervous anymore. And I was checking myself that night, like the whole weekend. I was like, why am I not nervous? And then other comedians was like, you performing like you always do this. I'm like, I do. But I'm like, why am I not nervous?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Even when you step on sets and stuff like that, you don't ever.
Has
there been like a scene? Has there been like a scene or a moment when you were shooting something? It was like, oh, I'm a little now because I'm working alongside such and such. And
2 times.
This is okay. Give it to me.
The first time when I had done Superior Donuts, because I was working with Katie Seagal, Judd Hirsch, Jermaine Fowler, my guy David Koshner, and
From Family Matters?
No, who are you talking about?
Dave, what's the
David Koshner. Remember he was in Anchorman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did the sports with the cowboy hat.
I meant the other show. I'm thinking that's wrong.
Yeah, so like we had done the episode, and when you do live, a live tape in front of a studio audience, you are rehearsing this like a play. So when right before we're about to record in front of the audience, Katie Seagal's like, "Hey, let's do a speed read." And this is Katie Seagal, bro. This is, from all
Married with
Children, Futurama, Sons of Anarchy, the list goes on and on. And Judd Hirsch from Taxi and just everything. And I'm just like so nervous. And I'm just like, I only had like 6 lines, but I was making sure I wasn't the one that was messing up. I was like, like I was just, that made me nervous. And the second time, I'm filming this Disney show now. And I've done a couple episodes so far, but the last episode I did, I had the most lines. Like the other episodes, it was like, hey, just say 2 things and get out of here. And I'm like, cool, paid for the whole week, appreciate it, right? This one, I'm heavily featured in the episode. Like they were like, hey, this is your episode. Yeah. And I was just so nervous, I didn't want to let anybody down. I didn't want them to think that they had chosen the wrong person. So like that made me nervous. But stand-up, I've been doing it so long, and I've been through so many ups and downs and missed opportunities or opportunities that weren't for me, so I shouldn't say missed, that you kind of get jaded in a good way, to where I'm like, I'm not really nervous about anything. Now, if I will get nervous if I'm bombing. Like if I'm bombing.
When's the last time you bombed?
That's a great question.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right. So I was in Vegas last Friday with Matt at the MGM Grand. The Thursday night before it, I went to go do this club in Vegas. My guy Jay Reed has a residency there every Thursday at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club.
Okay.
It's a smaller crowd, but like I need to work on some of the stuff that I was doing for the special.
Absolutely.
I get up there. On new stuff.
No. I'm working on stuff that I just need to hear out loud in front of different people. So I know these jokes are funny. I need to just do them more. Yeah. I get in front of this crowd and they are tight. And it was funny because the dude who went before me was like, man, that crowd is tight. But I'm like, you just not funny. Like that's what I was like. But
like, whatever, dude, I got it.
Yeah, I got it. I go up and I was like, water. Man, this crowd is tight. Right? So now, mind you, I didn't bomb. I didn't do as great as I wanted to do, but that was a
Was there
in
some
my head a
laughs?
bomb.
It was some laughs,
Of
right?
course, but it was like it wasn't what.
He built it
what
the
you
special.
used to.
He built it the special.
Yeah.
It's like, they barely left.
Yeah.
Man, so I was like, geez. And then to go from that to almost 20,000 people roaring, you're like, whew. So it could happen anywhere, bro.
Yeah. And as a stand-up comedian, that's one of the things you probably would tell someone coming up is you got to get used to bombing. No one has never bombed or been booed or failed. From
Eddie Murphy filmed Delirious. Delirious was red jumpsuit, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So when he did Delirious, he take 2 nights, like a Friday and Saturday. The Friday he bombed. The Saturday he ripped, and that's the one we saw. It's that simple, bro. So anybody can get it. It's just yeah, man. I bombed last Thursday, and then last month I was at the Comedy Store on a Thursday. This was my fault. I go on stage and I had so much bravado, and I didn't think I needed to check in with the audience. Like usually I go up and I disarm the audience with a smile or an opening joke. This one I just went straight into what I wanted to talk about, and I was very arrogant. And it was this dude in the front row, and I could tell the energy was off.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" "Hey man, go on ahead, bro." And I was like, "What?"
Hey, you ain't let me get to what I was about to say.
Yeah. So then I ended up roasting him because I felt disrespected, and the crowd laughed, and then I was like, "I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that." And then
That's why he said get on.
Yeah.
That's why he told you. You wanted no parts.
I was tripping. But yeah, so yeah, man. So I definitely know when I bomb. It can happen anytime.
Yeah.
Anywhere, bro.
Yeah.
What do you tell someone from that who has to deal with, who actually, have you been at a show and you've seen a comedian bomb and they come back and they're a little upset or they feel a certain kind of way? What's like one of the first things you would tell them?
Usually people who get upset about bombing aren't veterans or haven't been doing it long.
Right.
Because like when you've been doing it for a long time, all right, well, it was either the crowd, it was me, or a circumstance that I couldn't control.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just not your night. But someone that is new, if they're harping on it, you're like, hey, you got way more bombs than you. Don't trip off this one.
You got way more bombs.
Yeah, you gonna bomb.
Yeah.
The comedians who don't think that they bomb or are gonna bomb again are delusional.
Okay, CT, I want to move you on over to here, man. I have this little top 5 situation. Superhero stand-up showdown. You're putting together your own stand-up comedy show. Which 5 superheroes would you pick? Who's opening, who's headlining, and then who's the 3 in between? Superheroes you think would be funny.
Okay. Static Shock is hosting.
Okay.
Tony Stark is headlining.
Okay.
And the middle act has to be Vixen.
Really?
Yeah, Vixen is pretty funny.
Is she?
She is. Go back and look at Justice League Unlimited. Vixen
I
was
watch it
hilarious.
quite often, actually. She's only funny because she in that little spat with John and.
But listen to
Shower.
her. She has regular lines.
Give me 2 more.
Okay. And I'll give you 2 guest sets.
Okay.
One guest set would be Star-Lord.
Okay.
The other guest set would have to be Wally West.
Good pick.
Yeah, he's
Wally's
very
funny. And you didn't say the other Flash. Wally's, yeah.
No, Barry's not funny.
Barry's not funny.
Wally's the funny.
Yeah. Okay. That's solid picks.
on,
Brandon,
man.
you got your song? That's a solid show. They coming out for Tony for sure. Right? They coming for Tony. Yeah. That's gonna be a packed house.
I don't even know what
They coming out for
They
Tony.
coming out for Tony. I didn't even think about
That's
it. Yeah.
real.
They coming out. I don't even know where I would go. I think you gotta have Spider-Man.
Okay.
He's pretty funny to me.
Oh, all right. He's internally funny. Like his monologues to himself be classic. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like how can we not go with the Joker? He's the Joker.
Joker's trash on that stage, bro.
You gotta be. That shit probably dark as hell. That dark humor.
If we go with we go with this new Joker, he gonna give you some political rants.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Yeah.
Are you talking about not the Joker comic book, but the Joker from the
The
movie?
new Joker from the movie. The new movie.
Joaquin Joker? Joaquin
Yeah,
Phoenix?
the first movie. The second movie was trash.
He was trash on stage.
And then give me I'll go with Deadpool.
Deadpool. All right. Deadpool's a great choice. Deadpool, I think, would rock.
Yeah, I would have him too.
That's a good choice. No women, huh? You don't.
I ain't gonna.
All right.
I'm not gonna say too
Got
much.
it. I'm not gonna say too much is the greatest response ever.
You like
That
Wanda
releases
Sykes
you
stand,
from any. I'm not gonna say too much.
Mine would be Beast Boy might be hosting.
Okay.
Beast Boy's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mystique would be in there just because she can transform into any
She can turn into someone visually funny.
visual
She could turn into Jim Carrey.
and hit us with a bunch of Jim Carrey stuff. Right?
That's not how it works. She has to have comedy timing.
She might be able to.
All right.
If
She gonna look like Jim Carrey.
her impressions.
Sound like.
Her impressions. Some comedians go up and they only do impressions. She
That's
can
true.
go up and do only impressions, and we be like, that shit funny because she can impersonate everybody.
I'll give you that. You sold me on that. Okay.
Here we go. I think Miles will be funny.
Miles Morales? Mm-hmm. Trash.
He trash?
There's no way he's gonna be funny. He's
No.
an incredible hero. He ain't got no kind of joke
No,
personality.
he's not.
He not funny? You don't laugh at him?
No.
Have you seen him?
You know who was a funny Spider-Man? The animated Spider-Man in the 90s.
Yeah.
His inner monologues were hilarious.
Did
And
you
then
watch-
when you talk to people,
Have you seen the new one? The new one pretty funny.
the new animated one?
Yep, on Disney.
No, I didn't like the animation. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Damn. I think Peacemaker would be funny.
No,
You don't think John Cena Peacemaker would be funny?
no. I think he's funny because he doesn't know what he's saying is funny. You have to know what you're saying is funny as a comedian. He's just gonna get up there and say what he thinks is funny, and people ain't gonna laugh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
your list is trash.
Damn!
I
Johnny
can't believe
Storm?
it. Johnny Storm was gonna be my original list,
Okay.
so I'll give you that. That's good.
Yeah, Johnny, Mystique,
Beast Boy.
Beast Boy. I was gonna say Harley Quinn too. I just feel like she might come up. Harley Quinn is funny in the new DC show. She's hilarious.
She is. She get by.
Okay. Not Blade?
What has Blade ever said that's funny? You just picking your favorite.
He don't
hero.
even laugh. Okay.
He don't even laugh.
That's serious.
He don't even fucking talk. Okay.
Only
all
one
right.
Blade. Only ever gonna be one
Okay.
Blade.
Okay.
That's the funniest thing he ever said.
What about Loki and Red Guardian? You haven't seen Thunderbolts yet, so
Red Guardian as a character is funny though. I don't think
and
Loki
you gonna
is
see.
funny.
You gonna see. You'll see. I'm gonna leave Red Guardian.
I'm excited. I haven't seen any spoilers. Thank goodness.
Great.
I only saw one trailer revealing the guy with the S on his belt, but other than that, I think I've avoided spoilers. Sinners is spoiled out.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but it's not even anything to spoil though, really.
Here's my new question like this.
Wait, before you say it, Sinners, I went back and looked at the trailer because I didn't watch the original trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
After I watched the movie, that night I went and watched the trailer to Sinners on Michael B. Jordan's page.
Yeah.
It gave away everything.
For sure.
Yeah.
Was
No, you're right. Because when you first watch the trailer, you don't even know what the movie's about. Then when you go back and watch the trailer, you're like, oh.
they showed
They
too
told
much.
You just know. You just know in the trailer. You just know is back in Jim Crow time and it's versus some vampires. You don't know anything else
Which you
besides
shouldn't even know is vampires. They should have just showed the Jim Crow times. No, we cousins. Then you show him coming out with the gun, shooting.
Needed
Would
that.
you
They
have-
needed to show us some action.
Just show us the action. Don't even tell us about
Would we
vampires.
have gone to see it though without some of the without that icon? Because it's kind of iconic to a degree of Mary. We gonna keep with them eyes glowing and blood. Like, oh, what's she?
Are you ready for this?
Yep.
The reason you don't need that shot is because Mary is introduced as a heroine in the beginning of the movie. She and Stack have this relationship. They got some history you want to know about. So you're like, oh, great. They're in love. I want to see what's
It's a
here.
reveal.
They blew a reveal showing the blood on her mouth because it's like, all right, well, she's obviously going to be a bad person.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't see that trailer until after I saw the movie.
It would have ruined it for you.
Yeah, because I was like, man, this took me out. Then to know that the brother was gonna be turned, that would have took me out too.
You didn't know that in the trailer?
Yes, you did. They showed him in the trailer behind the door talking about, yeah, it's me, and let me out of here.
You can take that a couple of different ways.
No, you cannot.
You can, you know.
A twin brother is afraid to let his other twin brother out of the room.
We didn't know what was happening. We didn't know who was holding him in the room. We didn't know.
That's why I don't watch trailers.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah, trailers, they getting a little wild. We was about to ask something, Brandon.
4 wrestlers that you think can do comedy.
Oh, easy. Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth. Ziggler actually, Nick Nemeth, he actually is a comedian. He's been doing it for some years. Nia Jax, she's pretty funny.
She is funny.
And she's
she
gorgeous.
can do stand up. I love Nia.
Yeah,
Jax.
she's funny. Montez Ford is also hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Some good picks.
Nice.
Yeah,
Some good picks.
they could demolish a stage.
Yeah, okay. That's what we got. CT, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, man.
Come on.
Yeah, this
man.
was great.
Has been
This was
great.
An honor and a pleasure, man.
Oh, please.
This in the valley?
Let every I know, right? Close by.
Yo,
That's,
You know?
that's the main
that's the
passport.
hey.
Hey, I go nowhere. Let the people know what you have coming up and where they can find you.
You can find me if you just Google @CT is dope. Everything will pop up. Right now, as this airs, my 1 hour special just got shot on my birthday, May 9th. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Thank you. I am currently on the road. I got some more dates with Matt Rife, Desi Banks. I'm filming this Disney show. Martin Lawrence is doing something big that I can't talk about that hopefully I am a part of. And if you ever get a chance to reach out to me online, always kind. I try my best to write back. And thank you guys, man.
Yeah.
Not only for having me, but for the length of the friendship. And for you in particular, thank you for the forgiveness. You're an incredible friend, dude. So yeah, I'm very grateful.
Nice, man. Nice.
Appreciate you coming. Congrats on the special. Can't wait. I'm honored to be there.
Man, it's gonna be a good
Yeah.
time.
Honored to be there. I'm going
You always funny.
I'm going to the.
That's
Are you
what
going
they
to the
say.
first show, KP?
I got to sit with Tom because I'm trying to take Lena with me.
Okay.
So I got to be when she get off work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to the first show.
Nice.
We're going to pick one of them. We're going to one of them things.
3 and 6:30, man.
Okay. Brandon, let them know too.
Yeah. I am B More. I am B More on everything. Make sure you go to Tubi and just type in suckers,
Type suckers.
lovers and friends,
Lovers and friends.
Airbnb.
Airbnb.
I think that's all of them.
That's all of them for now. Till
Yeah.
CT blesses us with the opportunity to write a movie for him, and he
Right.
does it for free.
And he does it for free.
In the meantime, because we ain't got that budget yet, baby. So
Free?
you know.
Here's the thing. I've been wanting to do
This
one of
price
y'all
went up.
movies, man.
All right, we gonna write something based specifically around him. Y'all heard it here first. He gonna do it.
We should, hey man, we should. You know what? I have an idea for a very easy to do horror movie.
Okay, now
It's
we
like
talking.
it's literally.
Patrick can shoot it. Oh yeah.
I think it's like
cracking.
3 locations, but one is primary
Okay.
and it's a house, and it's
You
like,
can do that.
dude.
Oh yeah, we can do that. We can do that, right, Patrick?
Okay.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, everybody. Hey, this has been another episode of Movies and Models. Thank y'all for coming. Please subscribe, like, let CT know what you think about his comedies. Reach into his DMs, wish him a happy birthday. Thank y'all for watching. We out.